Hello, honorable members of the clan. So, guys, let's talk about the president of the Republic of South Africa going all surprised at the state of the city of Johannesburg. No lighting, potholes, you name it. He's shocked. Oh my gosh, he's clutching his pearls. Like, what happened? What's going on? Seriously? Like, seriously? It took the president to go home to Shawelo for him to realize that the city of Johannesburg is not illuminated like how it used to be back in the days. You know, back in the days, I mean, I lived in Soweto in the 1980s because of black on black political violence back in my township of Hammersdale in KwaZulu-Natal. And we did flee to Johannesburg, but that was when we came back from Swaziland. And then when you are in Diepkloof, I think it's Diepkloof, somewhere there, where when you look into the city of Johannesburg at night, it illuminated. It had bright colors. And then we come and cross over to 1994 again, when you were coming from the N3, coming from Durban, and then as you come along and you see the skyscrapers of Johannesburg and Hillbrow at night, and guess what you would see? Boom, lights. And then when you are inside the city, it was gorgeous, clean, pavements were belonging to people, right? And then I think I even told you guys a story about how I grew up in Hillbrow from 1993 to about 1999 or something like that. When we came to Johannesburg around that time, oh my goodness, Hillbrow was like this leafy apartment saturated city, upper town, beautiful. Remember that waterfall that fell as you came up Nugget Street? Today, it's like a white, and I'm not even sure what on earth that is anymore. And that park above that waterfall, that is where my sisters and my brother and other kids that live in Hillbrow, white kids, we used to play and have the great times of our lives. Today, have you seen it? And then we used to go down to Carlton Center, going down Claim Street, or even Nugget Street, or even all the other streets that are going down to Johannesburg. Sometimes we would pass Joburg Park. Joburg Park? Have you seen it today? My goodness. And then comes our president in 2025, after the city has been destroyed by his own people. Amos Masondo, the city of Johannesburg went down to the dogs when Amos Masondo took the mayorship of Johannesburg. That man had no vision. He removed all the things that were working. Beautiful. Joburg Jamboree. Who remembers Joburg Jamboree at the Library Gardens? I think around April, around this time. First, we would have what you would call, what is that thing called again, where it was held in Nazareth, guys? Oh, come on. In April, like the Easter, you know what I'm talking about. Those of us who grew up in Joburg, you know what I'm talking about. And then around Christmas time, Commissioner Street, Reesick Street, Marshall Street, and all the other streets would be decorated into Christmas lighting and Christmas decoration. It was the most beautiful thing to experience in December, and something that I always looked forward to because the designs were different each year. What happened to that now? Oh, I'll tell you what happened. Cost too much money. Let's take that money for the street lights, Christmas decoration in December, and put it in our pockets because we deserve it. Oh, Joburg Jamboree? Oh, come on, that thing wastes a lot of money. Speaking of Joburg Jamboree and the Library Garden, what happened to the to the Johannesburg Library? That is where some of us who were in primary school and high school and even university, we would go down there. That was almost like our second home, to do our researches, to just for quietness. because if we go home, there's too many things going on. Clean this, clean that, the dishes, this. You just wanted to go to Johannesburg library because it was nice and quiet. And besides, you're not supposed to talk in the library. What happened to it? The things I could count for you. The things I could count for you. We had hotels. Carlton Hotel, the one that blew glassed building. That was a beautiful hotel. Things were working. And Ramaphosa is shocked at the state of the city of Johannesburg. Shocked. Okay, Mr. President, now that you have realized that the city of Johannesburg needs help, okay, I appreciate that you want to take the city of Johannesburg under your arm. Because I think they really do need to be put under administration. Fire! How do you even fire people that are elected? No, you hold them criminally liable. All of them, because they broke promises. These people came to us in 2021 in the midst of the most scariest time of our lives, and then they took advantage of us and told us that they are going to change things in the city of Johannesburg. Instead, under their watch, the city, whatever the former mayor, the first mayor of Johannesburg, Amos Masondo, did, Pakstau came and made even worse, and then he had the blinkers on because he thought it was South Africans moving into the city in bulks, when in fact it's people that are not supposed to be even in South Africa, and they are here illegally, that are doing what the city of Joburg, Hillbrow, and everywhere else that looks like where they look. And he's shocked. But I am saying to you, Mr. President, somebody needs to be held accountable. And as I'm saying, criminally. You know, in other countries, when a mayor fails the people, out of morality and integrity of the office they hold, they resign. But not ours. Dada Moraro will hold on for dear life. Because he knows as well that he's not there forever. Because probably as we speak, there are people busy planning for his removal. Because that's all they've been doing since they've been voted in 2021. We've been left behind. Like they say, when two elephants are fighting, the grass is the one that gets harmed. Us, the grassroots. Nothing served. We've been screaming and screaming and screaming on top of our lungs. It's like being on top of a table in a room full of people, and then we are all screaming on top of our lungs for help, and nobody is listening. That's what it has been feeling like in the past 4 years. And the same people are going to come to us and say, oh, well, look at us. We started to clean the city of Johannesburg. Hey, it's all. What have you been doing all along? You want to be reseated. I am sorry, guys. If you really do it in 2026, I'm going to look at you as like the dumbest thing ever worked the planet. Honestly speaking, I have no respect for you. Let them do what they're supposed to have been doing all along. But you have already seen their hand. Don't vote for them. Don't vote for them. Instead, I will repeat, you got people who are capable in your very own community. Even if they come and bombard you with whoever say no, because they're going to pick up one of their own. And probably already they're running to that individual or individuals that I talked to you guys about that you know. They're going to grant them first, make them members of the establishments. And then they will use his or her face. And then you know what will happen? You will vote because you trust them. Because all of you as a community believe that that's exactly who should be representing us. And then post-elections, somebody is going to put a vote of no confidence against them from the establishment. And then they give you the people they always wanted to give you. Who's the fool? Who's Bubu the fool? It's going to be you. So that is why do not trust in the establishments no more. They've done nothing for you, and they still will not do nothing for you. I am livid. I am livid, guys. You have no idea. You have no, I appreciate. Don't get me wrong. The action that we are seeing is appreciated. You're doing what you're supposed to have been doing all along. Now you understand your job because suddenly your seat is threatened. We're not voting for you. Now, I want to talk to those. I've seen the comments. I read the comments. This is not to attack anybody with what I'm about to say. There was a comment that said, me, I don't go out to vote no more. Let me tell you something that you're probably not aware of. You see, on election day, when you are sitting at home because you are angry, rightfully so, and other people go out and stand in those queues and vote, you have voted with them. How? I was just sitting at home. No, you sat at home and sent people to go bring you a government. And now that the government is here, you have absolutely no right to complain because you took away your own power. That one vote would have changed what was brought for you. Can you imagine all black people decide, we're no longer going to vote. And all you know who go and vote and bring us back apartheid because you sent them to go bring you back apartheid. You the one. So you are as powerful as those that went to vote when you are sitting at home and not voted. Rather, go and stand in that queue. If you do not see any political party that you feel you want to vote for, hey, you know what you can do to the ballot paper? Spoil it. Put a cross, a whole big cross on the ballot paper. That is your own way of protesting and saying, I don't believe in any of these parties or people. That's the least you can do. Because when you are an eligible voter and you are registered to vote, you know what happens after the elections when they're counting the votes? You get counted too. And guess who benefits out of you not going to vote? Yes, the governing party. The very party everybody wants out, when you decided to keep it by not going to vote because you are going to be counted. Can we be smart voters? That's all I'm asking. You know, we've got, if we don't understand how democracy works, the least that we can do is read. These days, you don't even have to read. You go to YouTube. There are lots of lectures. There are a lot of lessons and a lot of videos. Very short videos. You know, something that you would it's a lot, but you are able to digest because they counted all the important things that you should know about democracy. I beg. These people do not deserve your vote. None of them. And if you do decide to choose an establishment in 2026, do not, for the life of this earth, do not go now and split your votes and I'm going to vote for this one as well. I'm going to vote. And then at the end of the day, we get the same results as we got in 2021. Coalitions. And I'm not for a one party winning. I'm not. As a matter of fact, this is my theory. If we voted for political parties, that political party that is going to do a little bit better, let's take it at 35% so that it is forced to get into a coalition. Yeah, I believe in coalitions, yes, because that party that won will have to negotiate everything with other political parties. But unfortunately, the way we do things, we always make sure that the second party is almost close to the one that won. And that also gives them a lot of voice. But if you can give that one that you all favor 35% and all the other ones, they must be far off from that 35%, so that when they all come together, they make up that 50+1 or even 100%. That way, that party, that one that we all favored, negotiates everything with these ones. negotiates, so that everybody participates, so that everybody is also held accountable collectively. Not this nonsense that we are seeing in the city of Johannesburg, Tshwane, and elsewhere. Go back I'm telling you, these people are, but that is stock fella. They are playing stock fell with our votes. It's my turn now to eat. It reminds me of the SABC. Remember the SABC, how they used to change CEOs? Yeah, the same principle that they are using. These are my points. Same principle that they are using in council houses. So now it's my turn to eat. Oh, now it's my turn to eat. Now it's my turn for blue lights. That's all they care about. Blue lights. And then you, the one who sponsor that. Now let's talk about the deportation that I'm seeing on the news that Nigerians are being caught. Some of them caught with drugs. But when are we actually going to see the actual deportations? And then some of them are even claiming to be South Africans. How did they become South Africans? Can you go to the records in Parliament? Because I believe Parliament is the one that keep those records, of course, through Home Affairs, about those people that were Can we be told how many people were naturalized in South Africa since 2001? How many people were natural? And this is records that Parliament knows about. So that we can begin to sift out those that claim they are South Africans when they know very well they are not. Simply because they corrupted their way in getting the green barcoded ID. Can we do that? Until I see Air Peace, this is a Nigerian airline, filled up and taking back its people and coming back and forth. You know, like how we saw the Libyans, those 90 Libyans that were discovered in Mpumalanga. We actually saw the aeroplane take off. I still even remember the name of the airline, Sim Air, taking them back to where they come from. Now, can we see the same with these Nigerians? Because they believe they own this country. And you know why they believe they own this country? Is because the politicians, your politicians, are in their pockets. Yeah, you remember this whole protection fee? Oh no, the protection fee didn't only last there at grassroots. It goes all the way, my friends, all the way. Because now if you take these Nigerians back home, you will see them jumping. Suddenly now, this police commissioner needs to go. Suddenly now, that mayor needs to go. Oh, you will see the backlash coming very soon. Very soon. And those people that will be instigating that are those politicians that get paid to protect these Nigerians. Let's talk about the NGOs. The MMC for, I think, public safety or whatever. So you failed the city of Joburg. I'm going to tell you that flat out on your face. You are a failure, and your lack of duty, it's showing in how you also speak about what's going on in the city of Johannesburg. Let me tell you, I grew up in Johannesburg, in the city. I'm a city boy. Let me tell you something, because I know you don't come from Johannesburg. I think you come from the Eastern Cape. Nothing wrong with you coming from the Eastern Cape and being a councillor in Johannesburg. But I feel like it was also your duty to study and learn things about the city that you are an MMC to. When you come and say, we want the president to come and help us to allocate alternative accommodation for the people that we are removing from hijacked buildings and buildings that are compromised. I don't know if you know this. In 1996, there was a process of RDP where the people of Johannesburg were asked, those who don't have houses, to come and register for RDP houses. My mom, my brother, my older brother included. My mom passed away in 2014. She did find her house because we did go to the Department of Housing and found out that her house was already allocated. We decided out of curiosity to go check it out. And indeed, we found a Mozambican living there. That person said this is their house and this is how they got it. They paid 50,000 Rand. They paid 50,000 rand. We acted as if we didn't know. We were just asking around, how do you get these houses? How much do you buy them for? Yeah, my brother's house as well. Somebody is staying in there, a Zimbabwean. Huh? Yeah. Now, when you say the president needs to help you, the city of Johannesburg, find an alternative accommodation, and most of those people that are living in those hijacked buildings are non-South Africans. I heard you say, 50% South African, 50%. No, you are minimizing. You do not want to be seen to be a failure by saying, oh yeah, we managed to get every foreigner living in all these buildings. And you even went as far as saying some South Africans are the ones that are renting out these buildings. When the fact is, it's Nigerians. South Africans are just the run boy to go collect the rent. Because the Nigerian stays in the dark, unknown who they are. So that when you guys pound, you pound on the small fish. While the big fish parties with you in Sandton. Yeah, driving a Lamborghini and all these cars. Yeah, I'm telling you. Now I want to ask you a question. So whose constitutional right? Because I do understand that the Constitution, Section 25, talks about giving a person an alternative accommodation if you are going to evict them. It's unconstitutional indeed to evict people, but you need to provide an alternative for them. Now, the question is, whose constitutional right overrides the other one? The 1996 people that registered for homes from the government, or the foreign nationals that now needs to be out? Whether they go to the streets, they came to this country thinking they were going to do what? So let's forget about the South Africans. Let me say that South Africans who registered for homes in 1996 all the way, I think, to 1999. Forget about them. As a matter of fact, screw them. These are the people we are most concerned about. Because what you're supposed to do, Mclini, is that all these people, you need to send them back home. They have homes. They are here illegally. Which part of illegally don't you get? Yeah, I know those NGOs you talk about. They need to be investigated. They need to be investigated, and they need their doors shut down because it's clear what they are doing. It's clear. Yours is to, if you want to bypass the NGOs, do your job that you were elected for. Therefore, there is a constitutional mandate on you to take people that do not belong to this city. And even if they did come to this city, check if they are here legally, because we don't want to touch indeed the legal people. And NGOs do have all the rights to go and take you to court if you are taking people that are legally in this country. But those that are illegal, what legal standard do they have? What is it called? Local standard do they have? What? What? Why are you afraid? Why are you tiptoeing? It makes you look weak. Do your job, bro. They stand in street corners during working hours. Doesn't it ring a bell what's going on there? So, here's the solution, Mr. President, since you are so shocked. You need to hold people accountable. You need to hold the city's departments accountable, and criminally so. You know why I say criminally? Because this is a sabotage. This is sabotage of our city and its infrastructure. Yet they are there to make sure that these things don't happen, but they happen anyway. Please, excuse me, please, Mr. President, hold them criminally liable, including the mayor. Because the mayor is, when he travels home from the city of Johannesburg, he sees exactly what you saw. Unless those blue lights, the way they speed off the city of Johannesburg, he doesn't actually get to see what's going on. Maybe if the vehicles were not tinted that much, he will be able to see clearly what's happening in the city he's responsible for. Hold them all accountable. Send a message to the next group that if you are not going to do your job, this is the results. Throw them in jail. Give them criminal records. Declare them delinquents if you have to, so that they never, ever, ever, ever have to work for any city in the country of South Africa. Why must it always be us who come up with the solutions? And yet they said, we got the solutions for you. Vote for me and I will resolve all your issues. But people, for weeks on end, have no water to drink. They got babies they need to feed. The last time I checked, Section 11 of the Constitution says everyone has a right to life and water is life. The city of Johannesburg failed them. Criminally. I know, come on. Mr. President, stop pretending you are not shocked. You're not shocked at all. You know what the F has been happening in the city of Johannesburg. And I'm not talking about the city of Johannesburg alone. I travel as well across this country. And the mess that I've seen in city Bloemfontein, the city of roses. Have you seen it? You will weep. You will weep. Mahikeng. Back in the day, my friends and I used to go a lot to Northwest in the 90s when we were teenagers because we had a friend that lived there. And he would invite us to come over and spend the Christmas period there. And we used to love going to Mahikeng. My God. Does that train in the city still there? That used to be my favorite benchmark. Scary. Guys, scary. eThekwini, where I come from, where I was born, the fact that I don't see blue flags no more tears my heart apart. If you know, you know. The city itself, it's like walking De Villiers Street. You are competing with vehicles just so you're able to pass and get to the other side. And when you do get to the other side as well, you are stuck in the road with the cars because the pavements are occupied. What is wrong? What is wrong? Okay, guys, I don't want to make this video too long. I've already run out of space. I wanted to talk about something else, the banks. How these guys that kidnap people in the banks enable them. I want to talk about that, but we'll do that in another video. But for now, Mr. Ramaphosa, stop being shocked and take action. Take action. Be a leader. For crying out loud. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time with a new video. But before you go, like the video, share the video. And thank you so much for the super thanks, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I still need more. Thank you, though. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.